So good morning, everybody who's popping in here. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. It's good to see everyone. Karen's on the beach again. Love it. Dustin's in the dark again. You know, it's we're all in our usual places. Although Amanda's on an iPad, so well, I guess you sometimes do that, but. It's good to see everybody. We have a few guests coming today, and so we'll get started here. According to my clock, we have a minute. You know, while we're waiting, I was looking at the bell the other day, and it says Rotary Club of Arcata Sunrise, chartered March 28th, 1992, and I had grown up believing that my parent was charted in February. And so when I read this, I was shocked because I thought, have I been lied to?
No, it's the 17th of March. It's not even the 28th. It's the 17th of March.
Okay. So our bell
unless Janice or Craig are on here, or Bob, and can tell me where that's wrong, but that's the one we have always celebrated.
What I remember is February 19th, so we've got another date out there yet. You have to remember that your bell and your gavel and a lot of the startup things for your Rotary Club are donated by other Rotary clubs. Mm-hmm. This bell came from Arcata Noon Club, donated our bell, if I remember correctly.
Napa.
Oh, Napa. Oh, very good. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Craig.
Well, that's just a little fun.
Yeah.
A little fun fact. Our bell is came into the plan later, I guess, but this is a good thing to know. But we do it in early February, so it's just, you know, we're all over the map, which is cool. I'm going to start the meeting. It's good to see everyone. Bing. That was kind of not loud. I wish it was further from my head, because then I could really hit it hard. So welcome, everybody. I'm sharing our vision again, and also that we value diversity and celebrate the contributions of people of all backgrounds. And to remind you also, it's World Polio Day is coming up October 24th, and Rotary and its partners have reduced polio cases by 99.9%. And we are really this close. So
I don't know if it's just me, but you've turned into a robot.
I don't believe what you're telling me. What do you mean?
Maybe it's just me.
You mean my speaking?
No, that sounds okay.
Or do you mean my that I haven't blinked in 5 minutes? What I'm okay. It would be easier if I were a robot, I'm sure. I'll work on it. So we're going to introduce some guests. We have, we're going to start up in my left-hand corner. Kathy, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Kathy Fraser from the Rotary Club of Reno Central right now, but I was part of Arcata Sunrise for 20 years. And I miss you all, and I see new faces, and I see old faces. So hello to all of you. I guess I should tell you, I'm really involved in youth services. I'm co-chair of youth services for Reno Central, and was instrumental in bringing back their youth exchange program for several years because they didn't have one. We got our last exchange student finally home just a couple weeks ago. She wasn't able to get back to Brazil, but now she is, and then the whole program shut down. So the whole RI program, or actually our district program, shut down. So we'll see when that. But anyway, I'm still very active. Just turned 71.
Great. Well, it's great to have you here with us. And people are sending all kinds of shout outs to you in the chat. So good to have you with us. And we also have a guest from our Lost Coast Rotaract Club. You want to introduce yourself?
Good morning. My name is Marina. I'm the president of Lost Coast Rotaract this year. Thanks for having me.
Great. Welcome. And I'm looking in my to see if our other guest is here, and I don't see her yet. So we will, Lisa's got someone behind her.
Hey, this is Chris's sister, Margaret.
Hi, how are you?
And she is visiting us for a few days. So
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Hey,
Anybody?
good morning, sis.
Good morning. You're upstairs, right? I think. Where are you?
You know, I think it's good to keep siblings separated anyway, so that's probably a good plan. Any other guests out there right now so far? Okay, well, we are going to stop sharing for a second, and then I'm going to do something. I'm going to take our life out of order a little bit here. We are going to start with, let's see if I can make this happen. Let's see. What are you seeing now?
Birthdays.
Anniversaries.
Oh, perfect.
October birthdays, yeah.
And then did it just go away? Because it went away on my screen. Let me try again. I love technology. It's my favorite thing. Let's see. All right, here we go. Huh, interesting. It doesn't want to do what I want it to do. So anyway, we're going to talk about some birthdays and anniversaries as soon as I get the list up. All right. So we have some birthdays. We had Vanessa had a birthday. Is that correct?
My birthday's on the 12th.
Why are my lists wrong, people? I don't make this stuff up. So, okay, so your anniversary was on the 2nd. Is that true?
Yes, my 10th anniversary. We got some to go from La Trattoria, which is our place, and had a nice evening in.
Nice. Well, I thought you had your birthday and your anniversary on the same day so that your husband would always remember both, but or just was simple, but
it's like Christmas and your birthday.
Well, happy anniversary. What was it? What year was it?
10.
Oh, all right. Nice. Nice. And Karen, is it true you have a birthday coming up, or am I just making stuff up now? Is Karen here? Yeah, there she is. You're muted, Karen. There you go.
I do have a birthday coming up, and my daughter the same day. So we're celebrating our birthdays virtually on Zoom on Sunday night.
Nice. Well, happy birthday to you. I don't know if Joyce is here today, but her birthday, if I'm not lying, you don't lie in front of a judge normally, but I just, who knows? So her birthday's coming up. And Rebecca, you have a birthday coming up, I believe, if this is correct. Do you have any plans, or are you going to play it by ear?
But that's like 3 weeks away or 2 weeks away. Like, who knows what anybody's doing in 2 weeks? Like, you don't need to make plans. I'm not going anywhere. So I don't know. We'll update the birthday sign on the wall to maybe show my correct age. I don't know. Or it will just show 21. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We used to make plans, and have, I'm going to have a birthday party in 2 weeks. Better start working on that, and now it's like, yeah, our state office is asking us to develop an outreach plan for our programs. I'm laughing. I'm going, I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Why would I have an outreach plan for a 12-month period? Come on, folks. Anyway, Claire, you have a birthday coming up. Do you have anything planned, or is it going to also be kind of let it rip?
We're going to be flying by the seat of our pants. I have no idea what we're doing. I do know I'm working that day, but other than that, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not counting anymore. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, there's no point really. Well,
Forever 29.
Yeah, I know. When I hit 39, I always was in shock because I grew up believing that Jack Benny was 39 because he always said he was 39 and he looked so old to me. And when I hit 39, I'm like, oh my God, I'm as old as Jack Benny, and it just freaked me out. Anyway, Lisa and Chris, it's kind of a coincidence. They both have anniversaries on the same day. Do you guys have any plans?
Who knows what we're doing? Things change by the day, as you know. We turned the big 4-0, and so it is a milestone time for us. Lisa, do you know what we're doing that day?
Well, we have reservations to go down to Half Moon Bay, but we're not sure. We have to make that decision today whether we're going to. So we'll keep you posted. It's next weekend, and we're still not sure what we're going to do.
Well, enjoy it, whatever it is. I'm sure if you guys are doing it together, it will be fun no matter what it is. So happy anniversary and happy birthday to everybody. It'll be interesting to see if anybody does anything wild and crazy like Karen. I mean, Karen raised the bar because she and her husband were on the roof dancing. So at this point, unless you're going up on the roof dancing, you know, you may not the bar is just set that high. Awesome, awesome. Oh yeah, Nick says, don't forget about the raffle prize, get your tickets. And Joyce is here. Joyce, do you have any plans for your birthday? Oh, she said no plans. Okay. Thank you, Joyce. All right. Well, let's see what happens. I'm not functioning well with the screen today, but do you now see something different about Food for People on your screen? Good. Okay, so it's working in a weird way. So just to let you know that Food for People is doing their kickoff for their capital campaign, and they have a little Zoom kickoff today. If you haven't already signed up for this, I'm thinking what I'll do is maybe send my slides out if people want them, because I have lots of information in here that if you want it might be easier to have. But and they're going to be with us next week to as our program to tell us about what's going on and with them. And we're going to I think we're probably going to give them part of their part of our pledge to them next week when they come. So it'll be good to hear an update from them. Plan on being there. I registered early, but I don't know if I'm going to get a mask, the Food for People mask, but I bet they are making them. If people want to buy them with a donation, you'll be able to get them. I don't know. Hope so. We've got Sunrise Wednesday is happening October 14th. That's next week. The sign up genius will be going out soon to everybody, and then the Zoom link will come out after that. So if you, this is the picture you're going to be painting. It's good to see it, what it looks like before, so that you have something to compare it to, because I don't know, when I'm done, people may not know what it was supposed to look like. So, so that's what we're doing. And even if you don't paint, it might be fun to participate. Might be fun. I think it would be. Tammy, are you here? You want to tell us anything if you're here?
Yeah, I'm here. So sorry we switched the picture out. The original one, I had a conflict on learning how to do that one. So this is the other one I picked. I thought it was a nice fall one. And I went to go, sorry, I have to cough. I went to go to Ellis Engineering to buy supplies, and it was really expensive there. Ended up just getting like a little paintbrush set in a palette. So I am going to go to either Michael's or Target or Walmart for my paints. I think there's still enough time to order them online. I'll send out the Sign Up Genius, and I think, Maggie, I noticed that you sent the supplies that were needed. It's just the simple like primary colors and simple paintbrushes. So if you show up to the virtual one, so I sent up a Sign Up Genius with slots for Griffin and then online to do it virtually with us. And if you need help getting supplies, let me know. I think I'm doing the pickup for the backpacks on Wednesday, so I might be able to drop off something if you're not able to shop or get out or whatever. That's it, and you can just email me with any questions too after if you sign up on the Sign Up Genius.
Great, thank you. I'm sorry to be distracted, but I got it. I think I got an email from our other guest, and I've got to. Oh, could you send Janice? Maybe you can do it. She said she needs a meeting ID, so I'm not sure why that should be on the link. So if you can, do you think you can send that to her, Janice?
I will send it.
Great, thank you. Okay, so good. I'm glad that that she is there, waiting somewhere in the world out there. So so thank you, Tammy. Thank you. And let's see. Why won't you do this? So I put this information in because I thought it was a good opportunity for learning. Next week is Indigenous Peoples Week, and there's a bunch of presentations and speakers, and it looks really interesting. So again, I will send this information out to everybody after, so you can, if you want to find those links, you can. I signed up for a few of these events, and it just, again, it's another learning opportunity to just understand what has happened and learn more about another culture, about the American culture, actually, about our culture, Native American culture. So let me see what's going on here. Reminders about some dates coming up. District Conference is coming up and Foundation Celebration, and then the dates for our workshops. And then those are coming up. And we have our Oktoberfest coming up. And Scott, are you able, oh, there you are, you're not driving anymore. Are you able to share anything about this?
Yes, I am. Happy soon to be Oktoberfest, everybody. We're very excited. We're still planning for the event on October 25th. Looking for pickups at the Griffin, and we'll be having delicious brats and red cabbage that we'll stock up everybody on, so we'd love to have that. But one of my asks for the group this week is that if you have anybody who's looking to sponsor the event, we'd love to get their signage out on some of the big tents that we have, along with getting some of their merchandise given out with the baskets and the food that we'll be giving out. So I'm going to ask if anybody has interest. It's $250, and we'll be able to put some banners up on the tents and give out some of their information as we're giving out the food, and would love to get some sponsors to help us get this fundraiser getting in the right direction.
Great, thank you. And we're hoping to get the flyer out on this this week. So I'd like to get it out on Saturday. So if you're interested in sponsorship, please let Scott know ASAP. And we're going to need we want your logo. We need your logo before we need your money. So get your logo to Scott, or to me actually, but to Scott and me, let us both know. And we'll move forward for there. And there'll be a Sign Up Genius coming up soon for tasks related to that. It's going to be fun though. So you want to go ahead and talk about spirits and spirits?
Sure. So we're doing a virtual Spirits and Spirits this year. The ticket is $45, which will include a basket and a link to a video where we're going to be doing a virtual walking tour of Old Town Eureka. Eric Bolmers with Old Town Haunted History Tours is still going to do the tour essentially, but you'll be able to watch it at home, and you'll be able to make a couple cocktails and pair it with some local foods and other treats in the basket. And we'll be doing delivery on the 10, 29, and 30. So if anyone wants to buy tickets, you can email lostcoastrotaract@gmail.com or find us on any of the social media platforms, and then we'll get your info and figure out a way to pay. We're doing Venmo, PayPal, and we'll take a check. So that's Spirits and Spirits this year.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Oops. Yeah, we're going backwards. Back in time. We're going back in time. We're flashing back to 2002 and 2003 for a little special guest here. And I'm going to introduce her now. Thea is here. And welcome. I'm going to turn it over to you. I do have some pictures here that I could put up and just in the background. But you're welcome to take it away and talk and tell us about what's going on in your life. And you're muted. There we go. All right.
Like that?
Yes.
Do you see me? Perfect. So nice to meet all you again. I'm so nice that I could talk to you because it's been a while. And I think it's so nice that you wanted me to talk to you on your meeting, because I really wanted to give something back to you, since you all gave me so much when I was in Arcata. And Maggie, she asked me to tell you guys about some of my best experiences while I was in Arcata. And that was so many, because I think if I could say just like one experience, it would be to meet all of you guys, all the wonderful people in Arcata Sunrise. And also that I got the chance to meet their families, and they invited me to do so many things with their families at home, and I got to see how they were living. So that was a really, really good experience for me. And also I got to see all the wonderful exchange students from all the other parts of the world, and that was also a really good experience. With exchange students, we had some of the trips. I remember very well the Western Safari trip, and we went to Grand Canyon, and we went to Las Vegas and Los Angeles, and that was wonderful. And I got friends all over the world, and we still talk on Facebook and internet, and we also have some Zoom meetings, so that's very nice. And I also have to say that the experience to go to high school, that was very, very nice. And it was just like the movies, like the movies you see with the cheerleaders and the football, and we had the prom and graduation. So I think that was very wonderful. And I also got to join the kinetic sculpture race. That was a very fun experience. It was my second host mom, Sandy, who got me into the kinetic sculpture race. And she, we built this boat, this Viking ship, and I got second in the race. So that was very cool. That was a new experience, and I also showed. No, I was the Viking. And I remember the newspapers, they asked me the question like, are you serious, from Norway? Because they didn't believe that I was like a real Viking from Norway. So that was a lot of fun. And Maggie also told me that she wanted me to tell about what I learned about myself when I was an exchange student. And I learned a lot about just staying away from home. Like it was okay to stay away from my parents and my friends. That was not a problem at all, because you guys in Arcata took so good care of me. So actually, when I was in Arcata, I didn't miss home. So that's something I learned, that it's okay to travel around and be away from home is okay. And I also learned that it's important to join as many things as possible, just to experience a lot of fun things and meet a lot of new people. And there's nice people everywhere you go. So like now in Norway, when I move around in Norway, I joined the local community everywhere I go with I joined the choir. I joined and meet the people at the social things. And so I learned a lot about that. And I also got more independent. I was young. So, and I also learned sharing is caring, caring is sharing. And Americans are really friendly people. I learned a lot about that. And also my host families, they were wonderful. I almost started crying when I talk about that. Janice and Craig, wonderful people. And they were took me as their own child. I felt so welcome all the time. And they were so supportive and nice. And they were a big inspiration to me, because they were always taking good care of me. And I felt like I really felt at home when I was at Janice and Craig's house. And they were always so positive and so supportive. And they drove me around when I did, like, I had to go to track and field, and they came to visit me when I had the concert with the choir and the band. And they were also in so many fundraisings. It's always nice to everybody. So thank you so much, Janice and Greg, for that. Sandy and Matt, Sandy and Matt was my second host family. I don't think they live in Arcata anymore, but there I had a little brother and a little sister, and I don't have that at home. I had a big sister, so that was a new experience for me, but it was a lot of fun to experience that. And they also took me to lots of things in the local community. And Bill and Kathy were my third host family. I don't know if they're still in Arcata. I don't think so.
No, they're not, but Kathy's on the call today.
Ah, how nice. Because I can't see the participants. I think maybe I can see. No. That's so nice, Kathy. And Kathy and Bill, they were also so amazing. And we had such a good time, and I also felt like home at their house, and so supportive all the time. And I think I have friends for life in all my host families, and they took such a good care of me. And no, it was the year of my life, I would say. And I would love to do it again. I wish I could have done it again. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll come and visit, Bob. I hope I can visit soon when the COVID is over. Yeah, that's me. And that's me and my sister. So on the left side, we have the national costume. Oh, that's my wedding. That's a national costume called bunad. I actually brought this blue dress to America, but I gained a little weight, so it was like too small for me. Hi, Craig. Yeah, that's for my wedding. I just got married. I got married August 8th. So that was a wonderful weekend. We just had to invite, we got to invite the closest friends and family, because it's still the COVID situation, so we couldn't bring a lot of people. That's my niece. She was a bridesmaid on the left side. And that's my nephew hanging. Sven is holding my nephew. He was so cute. And we had the wedding on it's a kind of a castle, or yeah,
So, anybody have any questions or anything they want to say to Thea?
I do.
Hi, Kathy.
Thea, what are you doing now? Are you still in the military?
Yes, I am. Right now, I work in the Army, and I'm a physical or sports trainer, you could say. I'm testing them in the physical things like running and the weight tests, and we have like military competitions. And I'm also responsible of giving them facilities like a weightlifting room and the swimming pool and the sports hall. So that's what I do these days.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I also compete in military sports. I do the aeronautical pentathlon. So I was in the military World Games in Wuhan, actually, in China, before the COVID. But that was really big because it's like a military Olympics. So
Wow.
yeah, I have some pictures. We got third.
Wow.
So that was nice. It was China and Brazil that beat us. So these were me and the 3 girls on the team.
Wow.
Yeah, so in aeronautical pentathlon, we are competing in obstacle running, like an obstacle race. And we have the obstacle swimming. And then we do fencing and orienteering. And we also have it's a competition with the basketball. We do it individually and run like a course on time, and then we have to do the shots. And it's shooting.
Wow.
Yeah. So here's like from the swimming competition. There you can see me turning because we have to go up from the pool and turn, and then we go in the pool again.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I also do like more military sports, like we have skiing competitions. So I do ski with the military skis and the uniform.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is your husband as athletic as you are?
He was. No, no, but he's working a lot, but he's still training, and he like a little bit different sports because he's a skater. So he likes skateboarding and snowboarding and skiing and weightlifting. So a little bit different sports.
You know, I never realized the military could be so fun. I don't know if it's that fun here in our country. I don't know. Seems like our country, they have to do a lot more with guns when they go places. So I think being in the military in Norway sounds like a great plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's different. Like what I'm doing, it's more like I can wear my training clothes every day, but you still have like the different troops that do the shooting, running in the woods and stuff like that. I'm finished with that. I did that on the officer candidate school, and then I worked as an instructor on a troop for 2 years, and then I went to the Naval Academy. So I became an officer in the Navy. And after that, I got the bachelor degree on the Norwegian School of Sports Science. It was the military that paid for my education. So, but then I had to work for like 6 or 7 years after my education. But that was okay. I had a good time. Moved all over Norway actually, because I worked first in the Air Force, then I started in the Navy, and now I'm in the Army. So all over Norway. But it's okay.
Well,
It's really great to have you visit with us. And if people want to be in touch with you, can you maybe put your email in the chat so people have that handy? And it's really been great hearing about your experience here with us and also what you've been doing. We really appreciate you coming and visiting, and we hope you'll stay for the rest of the meeting. But if you need to, it's a different time where you are, so you might need to do something else.
Oh, it's okay. I just finished work, so I can stay.
Oh, good. And Craig is holding up the kinetic sculpture emblem, and it's a little heart that he has. Is that from Craig? I mean, Cameron. Cameron, is that from Cam? Is that from the year she was here? Nice. Nice.
Thea, do you still have the statue that you brought home from that second place win?
Yes, I have it at home at my mom's house.
Remember how hard it was for us to pack that thing to send it home?
Yeah.
Thea has won the award of sending 8 huge packages back home filled with her whole year, including this award that was, I don't know, and very heavy.
Yeah, and they all got back home.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Thank you for helping me with that.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, Thea,
tell about when you were on the sailing ship and would stand on the rigging and sing.
I didn't hear all of that.
when you were on the sailing ship
and sailed across to Boston.
Oh,
I don't know. Do you hear it?
She's talking about the ship that was in Boston that you were on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
The tall ship.
Oh, where you were up on top, where you're on the top of the mast.
Yeah, it's this ship.
Oh yeah, she was on top there in the mast.
Yeah, and we could stay up here on the ship.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was at the Naval Academy, because we were sailing from Norway and to the United States, and then we were sailing back home, and we had to, we sailed to first from Norway to England, and then England to Bermuda, and then Bermuda to America. First we went to Norfolk in Virginia, and we went to, after that we went to, was it Boston? And then we had a weekend off, so we got to go to Washington. And after that we sailed overseas back to France and then back to Norway. Yeah, so that was a very nice experience. So it's a big tall ship, and it's in the education at the Naval Academy in Norway. So because when we're on the ship, we have to do the teamwork all the time. We live together and we see the same people all the time. So that was also a very nice experience.
Well, thank you again, and it's been really nice getting to know you a little bit. I wasn't here when you were here, so it's been great having you, and thank you again. Let's see, what we're going to do now is we're kind of out of order, but that's okay. AJ, do you want to tell us about the Spooky Car Parade?
Yeah, so Siva reached out to me on behalf of Arcata Main Street, and because of COVID, we have to think of Halloween a different way, and so what they've arranged is for a little car parade to go around the square, and what she is looking for is for a little help. So there's 3 opportunities that day to be able to jump in and help. She needs help with setup from 3 to 6:50. The event itself is from 7 to 11, and in that case, for the event, you'd be able to dress up, have some fun, and essentially just direct traffic around the square. Each corner will be decorated with some kind of Halloween theme, and at the end they're going to hand out this little care package through, I think they're going to use Plaza Grill's 6-foot stick just to hand out some of those. And so no one's going to leave their vehicle. You'd just be out in the street and enjoy some of the festivities. And for those of you who like to dress up, it'd be a fun opportunity to do that. And then there's a cleanup at the end. So I'm just reaching out to see if there is any interest it'll be on October 31st, so Halloween Eve. And I know some of you might have plans, but if there is interest in helping out, please put it in the chat, and I'll connect you with Siva, and that way you can help out the Arcata community have and celebrate Halloween this year.
Great. That sounds great. Yeah, and if we get a few of us out there, it'll be fun.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, AJ. Send your photos and things of exceptional, like life or even normal life, COVID life, whatever you want to send to this, so Joyce gets it and she can share with us. I am not trolling your Facebook, so I will not see it if you don't send it in. We're looking forward to seeing what people are doing besides Zooming. So now we're going to hear from our Rotarian of the Month, Jen. And Jen, you do not have to climb any masts, any boats, any of that. What you are doing is already hazardous enough. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Let me stop my screen share so you can if you need to. There you go.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'll go through this relatively quickly. I just kind of threw a bunch of pictures together as a little way for you all to get to know me a little bit more. I'll share my screen. Okay, I'm getting better at well, I thought just was as I thought I was. Here we go. Getting better at this whole virtual thing since it's my whole life right now. All right, so there is my family and my sweet husband, who is also in this club. He's upstairs in bed with our littlest guy who's still sleeping up there. So this is my family. And I think I covered a lot of this. I think I just did my craft talk, like, I don't know, 2 years ago it's been. So some of this may be a little bit repetitive. There they are, all 3 of them. So Emily is 16 now, Caden is 10, and Colin is 6. And there they are when they were littler. I don't know if I went over this with my craft talk, but in a non-COVID world, my life is being a swim mom. That's kind of our thing. So besides teaching, I am driving my oldest, all over the place and competing. So she's a competitive swimmer, and we do not have a competition pool in Humboldt County. So that's regulated for USA Swimming. So she has to compete other places. So the closest place is probably Fort Bragg, Willits, Ukiah, Redding, and then we go all over the place. And actually, her very last meet, she qualified for a sections meet. Usually only 17 and 18-year-olds qualify for it. She qualified when she was still 15, and Bryn actually flew down with her to San Diego the very end of February this year. And then everything changed. We went on shelter in place like 2 weeks later. So we were really, really feeling grateful that she got that one last experience before everything stopped. So that is kind of our swim life. We do this all the time. We have traveled very far for her to literally swim like 24 seconds. It's pretty crazy. But she's a junior this year in high school, and she's actually already in the process of talking with coaches, and her goal is to swim D1, and we're hoping that that's something that she can do. So she's interested in possibly UC Santa Barbara, University of Northern Arizona, which is in Flagstaff. She's interested in that one. Unfortunately, Boise just cut their women's swim program. They had D1 swimming until just this summer. And maybe even University of Hawaii. I don't know, but she's hoping to swim D1. This summer was crazy because there wasn't a pool that was open. So we were driving out to the lagoon daily. And so we started off in her triathlete wetsuit. And then when it got a little bit warmer, she did the lagoon just in a swimsuit. But that was our summer. We did a lot of driving to Big Lagoon daily, so she wouldn't miss out on swim practice. I'm also a dance mom, so as crazy as swimming is, my child has not given up her love of dance either. So, and you know, she's looked up to some amazing dancers like Randy's daughter since she was 5 or 6, these beautiful dancers like Marissa. So she has not wanted to let this go either. So she still squeezes dance in between school and swim. And the boys were kind of sick of going to all these dance performances, and they were like, just let me in too. So Caden does tap dancing, and my little mouse right here, he did ballet last year. So a lot of dance and a lot of swim. Here's Caden, my middle one, very into scouts. It's very fun. Bryn is actually taking them to a day camp up in Oregon this weekend. Both boys are going up to a Boy Scout camp this weekend. So we do a lot of scouts with our middle child, Caden. And here's the little one. We don't really know what he's into yet. He's not really into anything. He's into everything. There he is, berry picking, and he's the little one. He just goes along with it, and we'll find out what he's into. So that's Colin, and he is 6. There is my sweetie. There's our wedding and backpacking, and yeah, it's really great having, you know, my sweetheart being in this club as well. It's just a fun thing that we can share together now. We bought a 1888 Victorian about 11 years ago. So our life, when we're not doing all those other things, is home improvement projects, because this is quite the project. If you remember the movie from the 80s with Tom Hanks and Shelley Long, The Money Pit, we bought the Money Pit. So that is a lot of our life. You can see our little guy in the window right here. That was the snow. I think that was just this last, maybe that was 2 years ago. Anyways, that's a lot of our time is figuring out what's next on the list and what we can afford to get done, because there's ongoing projects always. And thankfully, my sweet husband and then my dad, who lives right down the street, are handy people and can do a lot of things themselves. I love to travel in a non-COVID world. History related, I got to spend a week on the USS Midway down in the San Diego Harbor at a history conference about the Cold War last summer. So the summer before COVID hit. I got to take 8th graders, including my daughter, to Washington, D.C. That was really great. And Mary was there. Rebecca's daughter, Mary, was on that trip. It was fantastic. We loved to backpack. But yeah, history related trips are always fun. I was supposed to have taken 30 plus kids to Europe this last spring break. And of course our trip got canceled, and we have it tentatively scheduled for this spring break. But it's very uncertain what that's going to look like. I went to Arcata High, and now I teach at Arcata High. There's my high school graduation. I graduated with Dustin. He was a dear friend of mine in high school and in college. Dustin and I lived together in Chico. So it's amazing to be back here, you know, teaching where I went to school and being in a club where I recognize so many people from my youth, and being in a club with Dustin is really fantastic. So And I just finished up a second master's degree at Arizona State. So my life got a lot better in April, but then it got a lot crazier with teaching virtually. But I just finished up this program that took almost 3 years. So life does look a little different right now. So teaching in a COVID, I mean, this is what I'm 11 years into the district with Northern Humboldt. I've taught at both Arcata and McKinleyville High, and it's really hard not being able, I see these pictures and I'm like, oh my God, we're all so close together, because this seems like such a far off world that we could be standing unmasked next to each other. But there's my, some of my amazing students. And I miss them. I miss them a lot. I help out with Interact, occasionally pop into those meetings and see what I can do to be helpful with that. My daughter is in that club. But yeah, it's definitely, it's bittersweet. Everything is virtual right now, and it's definitely hard. Here we all are. So I teach history. This year I teach AP European history, I teach US history, and then I have a section of leadership as well. I'm also, when our district went completely virtual, I stepped in to help with the independent study program, because that was my role when I first got hired on with the district. And so I'm co-lead teacher for our independent, so it's like a whole nother full-time job on top of a full-time job, but our district needed help so badly that I stepped in. So it's an insane time right now. It's absolutely crazy. More pictures of these amazing kids. And yep, you know, I don't know what homecoming will look like. We've kind of put it off for a while. Sports are tentatively scheduled to resume after winter break, or actually starting in the beginning of December. We have a modified kind of condensed schedule with sports planned right now, but who knows what's actually going to happen. So we've held off on doing any sort of homecoming until we know, but we're hoping that maybe we can do that in January or February. Graduation last year, we had to get creative. So we did huge pictures of every single graduating kid and put them on these banners that came down over the school. And then it was a drive-through graduation. I don't know if I shared pictures of this at one point, but we tried to make it as special as possible and honor the class of 2020, since in many ways they really got left out of a lot of the traditional things that they were used to. So we did the best we could to try to make this special for them. And again, there they all are, and they could drive through and see their pictures. And you could see kids decorated, you know, the back of their cars or convertibles, or just hanging out the window. And teachers lined the streets, that 16th Street right there, to wave and blow kisses to their beloved seniors. It was really beautiful, even though it was strange. It was really still an amazing thing that we put together last year. And again, we just don't know what this year is going to end up looking like. So, and then, you know, another big part of me is my love for this Rotary Club and the people in there. And, you know, to be a part of, you know, I've known Terry my whole life, and to actually be a part of a club with Terry as now my dear friend, instead of just my parents' friend, is so special. And all of these people just mean a lot to me. And I miss seeing them in face to face, but you know, these Friday mornings are still just a great way to stay connected, and can't wait to do some of these things again. So that is, I think that's, oh, and there's my family again. All right, Maggie, that's it. That's my, that's my get to know me.
That was great. And I think it was really nice too to hear what the school world looks like for those of us who aren't in that world, to hear a little bit back, hear what's happening.
If I'll just mention, if you know a teacher in your life, just recognize that this is the hardest thing in the whole world right now. Not emotionally hard, to not be physically connected with your students, but I have never worked so hard in my entire life. I'm sitting in front of a computer screen. I can't even tell you what this is like. So if you do know teachers in your life, just reach out to them, recognize that this is hard right now. It never ends. There's no separation between work and family anymore. It is nonstop into the weekends, just, you know, transferring everything to digital format, wondering how your students are. I have 170 kids this year that I see throughout the week. So again, when we look at what reopening will look like if we do, it's tough to know, like, how do we filter in each teacher, you know, at the high school level with about 170 kids, how we make that safe. It's an impossible situation to try to wrap our brains around it. But yeah, teachers are working crazy hard right now.
Right. Thank you for saying that, because a lot of us are out, either don't have kids or are outside of our kids being in high school or any school. And I think it's easy to get caught up in our own kind of situation, but our kids, you know, the kids need to be supported and they need to be learning. And the teachers are, I mean, teaching was a tough job, tough gig before this. So hats off to you and to all your colleagues. And yeah, hug a teacher, virtually hug a teacher, I guess, is what we need to do. Let's go hug your favorite teacher today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you a lot. So we, we're going to pick next month's Rotarian. So I'm going to do the number generator here. Okay. All right. 67. 67 is Tom. Can I do it again? Do I have to have Tom? Okay, it's Tom. So I will, he's not here today, I don't think, so I will get together with him and tell him, give him the bad news that he has to teach me something. So we were gonna do some, we were gonna do a little fellowship and break you up into groups, but we only have about 5 more minutes. So we'll do it as a larger group, but before we do that, I think we need to do the raffle. Nick.
All right, today's prize is $90 plus those 2 gift certificates, 25 to Health Sport, 25 to Kinetic Coffee. And today our winner is Terry.
Ooh.
Let's see if she's gonna win the big raffle prize. $5 today. So I'll send that to you through Venmo, and
thank you.
Next week will be $100.
All right. Awesome. So we were going to break into groups because one of the things I think about is our new members. As people come into Rotary, there are things that some people have been here longer take for granted, and new members sometimes don't understand and don't know what's going on, or might have a question, but they feel like it's a stupid question and we'll all laugh and they don't want to ask. So what I wanted to do is encourage, well, we're going to do this in smaller groups, but I want to encourage everybody. Let's take a few minutes to see if there's any questions about Rotary, about our club going-ons, or anything that people have always wanted to ask, but just haven't asked. Anything you've been wondering about, or is it all just copacetic? I was wondering why the bell said March 28th, so that was my question. Anybody have any questions? Yes. Oh, Kathy. Kathy has a question.
I was just wondering if you're still doing the Friday delivery to the two elementary schools for, I can't remember the name of the program, but it was food for kids over the weekend. Are you still doing that program?
Yes, we are.
Great! Yay! Yay!
And Mike, do you want to just share with the club how it went? Were you involved with this last time, or was Lisa? Share how it went this last time. We just did our first one in COVID.
I would be happy to. Lisa's our leader. I went to Eureka and picked up a lot of food, and there were 4 of us at Lisa's house to bag it all up, and I delivered 30 bags to Arcata Elementary. in the afternoon yesterday, or on Wednesday, so they could put it on the buses to get it out to all of the kids.
Great.
And it's a great experience, and it's wonderful to be able to be part of it.
Great.
Thank you, Rotary.
Yay.
And thank you. And related to that, we already have 40, there's already 43 kids signed up. Usually we start the year with maybe 38, something like that. We already have a full
40.
40, that's okay.
So there was, it was Mike and Chris, and then Chris's sister helped in the packing on Wednesday, and it worked out perfect. Mike was able to deliver that Wednesday afternoon, and then I delivered the rest the next morning to Pacific Union and Trillium. And Pacific Union actually had 7 bags where normally they only have 4 in the past. So, but it was kind of strange going to the schools. You know, they have little boxes set outside of the office for each grade for pickup, and it's not anybody there really. The parking lot's very empty, but you know, we're going to continue the program. We do have the Sign Up Genius that went out last week or this week, and I've only seen that Tammy's picking up the bags next week. So I'd really like people that are in that first group to look at that sign up and see how you can get together, just get 3 or 4 people and plan a place to pack the bags and just get it done. And if you'd like, you can deliver the bags on Wednesday as opposed to Thursday morning if you'd like. But remember that you have to pick up the food by no later than 12:30 on Wednesday, and then deliver it to the schools, you know, right after that, or Thursday morning.
So we're flying by the seat of our pants with this right now, and so please, if you're in the fall group, please jump in and help with that. It sounds like we don't need 10 people, but we need four solid people and a plan and a place to do it. So please take a look at that and jump in. It's so important that we get this food out to people. Yeah, Mike.
Maggie, something real quick, something that Lisa and I have talked about, and it's a possibility, is if we can get 4 or 5 people in 3 different locations. One up here in McKinleyville, like Lisa and I are close to each other in McKinleyville. And we have, like, her garage is perfect to make the bags and stuff. If we had another 4 or 5 people in Arcata and then another 4 or 5 people in Eureka, we could rotate the groups, and so that each group would not only have to do it 1 or 1.5 times a month. And it would relieve, you know, a lot of pressure on all of us. I don't mind doing it. I'm retired. I work from home, and I love to do it, but doing it every single week can get really, you know, hard.
So what we're past our time. So I think it's a good idea to explore but if the team can, I mean, that's going to take some organizing. So I'd love to see that happen. But meanwhile, as we fine tune it, we need to make sure we have somebody for next week. So keep fine tuning, and these ideas are going to help us a lot. And thank you. Thank you, everybody. We had a lot of fun today, I think, hearing from people, and there's a lot to do out there. And I just want to leave you with this. If you're going to rise, you might as well shine. So everybody get out there and shine. And this could be this Arcata Sunrise slogan, right? Because you guys are doing a lot of good stuff. Appreciate it. And thank you all. Have a great weekend. Go buy your paint supplies, because Tammy wants to have us paint. And have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. Kathy, great seeing you. And Thea, are you still there? It's so great meeting you. Bye, everybody.